Hello everybody, it's Philly Kuts with another comic book haul number 22. It is what, the sixth comic book haul of 2015. I'm Philly Kuts, I'm going to be your host. We're going to talk about the comics I got. I got a nice healthy stack. I think I got 10 or 11 here. I had definite stack envy today. Have you ever gotten stack envy? Like, I was at the comic book shop today, and there was a guy that bought about $220 of new comics. His stack was like this. I couldn't believe it. It was the most I've ever seen anyone purchase in one haul. I was like, holy shit. I had major stack envy, and I looked at my little stack, and I was like, oh. But nah, in all seriousness, I'm happy with my stack. If anything, I gotta lower my stacks. But anyway, that's for another video. Help me name my comic book haul. This is the last week, guys, and then I'm calling it quits. If I can't find someone that can name this for me, I'm gonna do it myself. And we're just gonna throw some names in a hat and pull this winner out for Clive Barker's Hellraiser Road Below. Graphic novel retails for 15 bucks, one-shot deal. Kirsty Cotton has become a Cenobite. She is the new priestess of hell. This is her first adventure. She has trouble. She has trouble being a good Cenobite, hauling people back to hell. And there is a cool creature that also is introduced and is also kind of after her and after the people that she needs to pull back into hell. It's a real interesting story, folks. I want to give it away to someone. Help me name my comic book haul. That's all you got to do. Comment below. Come up with a name. If that doesn't work this week, we're going to names and drawing names out of a hat. All right? That's it. Last week for that. All right. Let's start comic book haul number 22. Starting with Marvel. Spiderverse. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 14. The Spiders versus the Inheritors. This is the last part, I believe, and then it goes into the epilogue. I thought this was the last part. I guess it really isn't. Would the epilogue be part 7? Because in the checklist, they list this issue as the end. And I really thought this was the end. And I thought it was the end of Spider-Woman's involvement in Spider-Verse. But then they put the Spider-Verse emblem on this one for Spider-Woman number 4. So I don't know. I don't get it. And the checklist said that Spider-Woman number 3 was the last one with her involvement with Spider-Verse. Alright, the Inheritors, they're these dudes who were at one time perceived to be immortal. That all went in the toilet for the Inheritors when the Scarlet Spiders visited their planet that had a cloning facility on it. The Scarlet Spiders took care of that, and lo and behold, the Inheritors kind of lose their invincibility. They're after the Spiders because it was revealed in the last issue, in these secret scrolls, that Spider-Woman was able to obtain on Loom World, which is the Inheritors' home world, and send them over to the Spiders in one of the planets that they're on. I forget. These guys bounce around on so many different planets, I lose track. Just like I lose track with how many different spiders there are in this. Those were 2 complaints I had with this series. But anyway, these Inheritors, they need to kill the Spiders because I guess there's a prophecy. It was revealed last issue that there was a prophecy that the Spiders are going to end the Inheritors' rule in the universe. And there was 3 certain spiders that they need to sacrifice. It was like the Scion, which is like a baby, the Bride, and the Other. And let me tell you something. Last issue, the Other went apeshit on some of these Inheritors. And they took some severe blows. But I'm looking, this is the big final battle, man. This is all, the whole kit and caboodle, all right in this issue. The final countdown, the final battle. There's some of the spiders there. Looks like Spider-Man UK in the top there. So many freaking spiders. You have never seen so many spiders until you read this issue. And you get a naked Spider-Ham in this issue. Don't you want to lick him? Look at him. He's so cute and porky. Oh, man, it was like a dream come true, dude. So, final showdown. Like I said, one of the complaints that I had in this series was just there were so many different Spider-Men. And you really lose track of them, and you don't really form an attachment to a lot of them. There was an interesting sequence in the last issue between Spider-Man India and Spider-Man UK, where Spider-Man India was talking about how he feels like he's just expendable, and that so many of the spiders are just expendable. And I thought it was interesting that they pointed that out, because that's how I felt a lot about the spiders. So it was really, really interesting that they even brought that up right in the issue. I don't know. Maybe that was something that they were worried people were going to feel. But anyway, check it out, man. Part 6 of Spiderverse. Spider-Woman, number 4. Get a look at that costume, folks, because it's the last time you're going to see it. They reveal in the back of this Spider-Woman's new costume that's going to debut in issue number 5, and it looks like a whole new creative team as well. I would show it to you, but I don't want to spoil it. They actually give you a sneak preview in this issue, The Amazing Spider-Man number 14, of Spider-Man number 5, and they give you a whole look at her new suit and everything. She's still on Loom World, which is in the Inheritor's home planet, and she is dealing with her doppelganger in this issue. She comes to terms with Jessica Drew, at least Loom World's version of Jessica Drew. They kind of like have a showdown of sorts in this. They kind of talk to one another, get to know one another. So it was really, really interesting. I really like Spider-Woman. I'm going to continue to buy this series. I know that they're going to be debuting in the next month or so 2 new Spider-Women, Silk and Spider-Gwen. I don't know. I think I'm going to sit those out because I really, really enjoyed, out of all the Spider-Women that were showcased in Spider-Verse, I really enjoyed her the most. And I actually like Greg Land's artwork, which I know that a lot of people give him a lot of heat for, at least on the internet. There's Spider-Woman right there, not in the costume. I don't know, she's just, I think I have a crush on her. She's like so pretty. It's like either her or Lucifer in Hexed, which also came out this month. I have like these huge, I don't know, I just have a crush. And it's a very dialogue-heavy issue. There's, you know, the doppelganger and the pirate hat. And then there's Spider-Woman. And they get into this big, like, conversation about who's acting like who. And I can't believe that you might be me. And it was just a really interesting conversation. So check it out. I'm really enjoying Spider-Woman. I'm going to put that on the keep list. No keep or sleep for that. Star Wars, okay. Darth Vader, number 1, premiered today. Darth Vader finally gets his own series, people. He finally gets his own series, finally gets the royal treatment. This came out today. It was $5. They toned it down on the variant cover business. I think this issue only got 10, as opposed to the first Star Wars that got like 100 different variant covers. It really kind of showcases how badass Darth Vader is. Basically, in this issue, it looks like he has to visit Jabba the Hutt. So it's a very heavy Jabba the Hutt issue. I don't know what kind of deal they're striking. I basically just leafed through this issue. You got Jabba the Hutt in this issue. Boba Fett makes a brief appearance. There's some Wookiees in here. Darth Vader has a total showdown with Jabba, tries to intimidate him. They have a conversation. Darth kind of shows how bad of a badass he is in this, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. Kind of maybe give the series a perspective from the dark side, you know? And it looks like, too, that it kind of shows the pressures that Darth Vader might be under from the Emperor. I guess the Emperor has been real displeased after, you know, the destruction of the Death Star, and things haven't been going very well. Now, I'm not sure how much this ties into the Star Wars comic that's running with this. I'm not really sure. So, I don't know. I'm thinking that you could probably just buy this as its own, you know, entity and not really have to worry about what's going on in the Star Wars comic. They are coming out with a Princess Leia comic in March. I don't know if I'm going to I don't know if I'm going to bite on that one. If they did maybe Han Solo, I think if they had Han Solo, I would have bid on it. I think I would have bid on Han Solo. But Princess Leia, I don't know. Although Han Solo might be in that quite a bit. Because those two are pretty linked hardcore together. So, it's an extra-sized issue. There's some really nice, full, double-page pictures of Darth Vader just being a total badass. Look at that. And you thought Sand People were bad guys, huh? Darth Vader's taking everybody out in this. So, I'm real excited. I'll probably read that first on the poll. DC. Over to DC. I got one DC title this week. Another $5 title. And I gotta say, there were a lot of the books I bought this week were $5. Darth Vader was $5. Harley Quinn was $5. Prometheus Omega, Fire and Stone was $5. So my poll was pretty expensive this week. Harley Quinn, man, is she not getting the royal treatment by DC? I mean, she had, what, a holiday special. She had her annual Scratch and Sniff special. I think she had a San Diego Comic-Con special. It seems like they're just putting out a special with Harley Quinn every couple months. And why not? Because fools like me buy it every time. I guess the big story in this, I guess there's a number of different stories. Bruce Wayne will be auctioning off a date to raise money for an animal charity. That piques Harley Quinn's interest. She gets into the bidding. She has to earn some money anyway, anyhow, to get on that date with Bruce Wayne. And it just kind of shows some wild, wild interactions between her and Bruce Wayne. There's a couple different artists in here in this book, different art styles, which is pretty cool. Harley Quinn looking ravishing. Harley Quinn, I think, in bed with Bruce Wayne, if you can believe it. I think that's Bruce Wayne. Looks like Bruce Wayne. There they are, all cuddly. There's some dream sequences in here, which seems to become a staple with Harley Quinn, especially in that Scratch and Sniff issue. I think even in the holiday special, there might have been some dream sequences. There's Harley looking lovely for her date. Ooh, she looks ravishing. I don't know, it's that pale skin. Harley Quinn. All right, $5. Check it out. Another thing, I want to talk about DC for a little bit. Let me see. I gotta use a cheat sheet here because there's some major changes. And I guess after this big Convergence event, which I think I talked about last comic book haul, so I'm not going to get into it again. But after Convergence, the New 52, which was started back in, 2011? They're no longer going to be calling it, I guess, the New 52. All right? Because they're going to be reducing the number of releases, I guess, to 49. And this is starting June 3rd. They're going to be axing a whole bunch of titles, which I think I talked about last time. And they're going to be keeping on to 25 of the existing, now not called New 52. And they're going to be adding 24 new titles. And there's going to be a whole bunch of new writers put on these titles for some of them. There's going to be some writers shifting over to other titles. But 24 new titles starting at 1. And most of them are going to be ongoing series. A few of them are going to be like 6-issue mini-series, it looks like. And I think I'm going to read through real quickly, what these are going to be. So here are some of the new titles. It gives the writers and the artists, but I don't think I have time to go into that. I was just going to name some of the titles. Batman Beyond, Bat Might, I'm not sure what that is. Bizarro is going to get a 6-issue limited series. I might bite on that. That seems like it might be a comedy one. I don't know. Black Canary, Constantine the Hellblazer, so they're getting rid of Constantine and rebooting that. Cyborg, Dark Universe, Green Lantern Lost Army with the writer Cullen Bunn. I think that's going to be a first, not even thinking I'm buying that because I love Cullen Bunn's work on Sinestro, and I'm in love with the Green Lantern universe. Doomed, Earth 2, Dr. Fate, I don't even know who that is. Harley Quinn is going to get another title with Power Girl. She just had that Power Girl story arc in her regular series. It was like a 3-issue story arc. It was pretty good. It was pretty funny, but I don't know if it really could merit those two getting their own title. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know if I'm going to bite on that, but it's got Jimmy, Palomena, I probably said that wrong, Palomati, and Amanda Connor on that, and they work on Harley Quinn, and they're doing a big part of this, too. Where did I leave off? Justice League of America, Justice League 3001, Martian Manhunter? That might be interesting. I think I might bite on that. Midnighter, I have no idea. Mystic U, Omega Man, Prez, just Prez, Red Hood, Robin, Son of Batman, Section 8, which is a 6-issue limited run, Starfire, and We Are Robin. So it looks like there's a bunch of Batman titles again, and Batman-oriented titles. It looks like there's going to be even more Batman than before, so holy shit. I had to stop buying a Batman title because it was too much. So what do you guys think? You think that this is stupid? Do you think DC is just being wacky, crazy again? Like, what is up with DC? I'm kind of pissed off about this whole conversions thing because they're basically shutting down every title and focusing on this for every title, I guess, for convergence. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I might even sit out convergence out of protest. I don't know. I have to see where that goes. All right, onward. Let's move on. Prometheus Omega, people. This is the 44-page finale, but they're selling it, too, as a one-shot for $5. So, I don't know. I don't know if you could be able to jump into this without reading any of the 16-issue, over 4 different titles. One of the biggest crossover events I ever wrote, took the whole ride for. Here it is, people. That's all 16 issues. All 16 issues, and maybe I'll do a little run here. Let's do it, all right? You wanna? So we have Aliens, number 1. Aliens, number 2, with a hatchet. Aliens, number 3. It's an alien holding a skull. Aliens, number 4. And remember, these were all put in a certain order. They bounced all over the freaking place. So Aliens number 1 would come out, and then it was like, oh, Predator number 2 is out. And then next week, Alien vs. Predator number 3 is out. So it was all over the place. Mike Mignola, Aliens vs. Predator variant cover, number 1. Aliens vs. Predator, number 2. Aliens vs. Predator, number 3. I know I said I would never do a haul like this, but I couldn't resist. Aliens vs. Predator, number 4. Now, the Aliens and Aliens vs. Predator, I didn't really care for those two. My favorite stories out of the whole events were the Predator issues and the Prometheus issues. So here is Joshua Williamson, writer, Predator number 1. And I actually think Predator had the best covers, too. And Prometheus. Predator number 2. This was the strange buddy team-up between the Predator, who's named Ahab, and this guy, oh god, I can't remember his freaking name. How can I not remember his name? Galgo, who was kind of a shady dude. I talked about it in all my other hauls, so I'm not going to do it again. Predator number 3. Predator number 4, and this was a great issue because it was Predator versus Engineer. And that was what Predator wanted the whole series. He kidnapped that guy Galgo and said, take me back to that fucking planet so I can face the Engineer. Now, Prometheus, and that's my favorite cover of the whole series. Prometheus number 1. This had Juan Ferreira and Paul Tobin on it. The artwork of Juan Ferreira was tremendous. I think that Juan Ferreira did the best artwork for the whole series until I saw the artwork of Prometheus Omega. And I'll show you guys that in a minute. But Prometheus number 2. There's an Engineer. Prometheus number 3. It's like a rebirth. Reminds me of Gravity. And Prometheus number 4. Not that great of a cover. So, woo! I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that it's all over because pretty much since I started this comic book haul videos, this series was pretty much with me. I mean, this thing has been going on for like 5 months or something. And yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I mean, this started way back in like September. So let me put those aside. I'm gonna go back and read them. I'm gonna read them in the order that it tells you to read them, not in the order that they came out. So I'm gonna do that and see how different the experience was, because I think it might be a real different experience. But the artwork in this is tremendous. This guy, Augustin Alessio, and Kelly Sue DeConnick, Bitch Planet writer, is on this. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is a 44-issue double issue. There's like no ads in it, which is great. There's no ads. But does Dark Horse ever have ads? I don't know. I don't know. There's not even ads for other comics in here, so it's really cool. But the artwork, let me see if I can get you guys a nice page here. Well, here's a picture of Ahab, the Predator. I mean, this guy did a really good job. There's some alien battles. Good expressions on the faces of the characters. Lots of battles between the Predators and the aliens in here. And I guess that this issue is going to give some of the answers to the original Prometheus mission. So that'll be cool. I want to really find out what really went on, what was the story behind the original Prometheus mission. So I'm really looking forward to that. There's Eldon. Eldon, that guy was actually a synthetic who got a hold of this material called the Accelerant, and it turned him into a altered beast, a living beast, even though he was a synthetic. All right, Abe Sapien, another Dark Horse title, number 20. The action kind of slows down in this one compared to the last one. The last issue had some great monster battles, flying demons, eating people, which is always great. They always have great monsters in the Mignola universe. There's this little girl, Megan, on the front here. Well, she's probably like a young teen. This issue really focuses on her point of view in this dystopian universe that's, hell on earth. And it kind of gives her point of view as a person who's only known this chaos, who's only known this destruction, and it's normal for her. And it really kind of showcases how her perspective is a bit different than the adults. And her and Abe Sapien, it's really like an issue of them just talking. It's very dialogue heavy. They get into some really good conversations together. The action is really slowed down. They're taking walks. There's a rabbit. And they just kind of bond with one another, and she kind of tells Abe that she doesn't see him the same way others see him. And I kind of, it kind of struck home with me because Abe Sapien is quick becoming one of my favorite characters in, the Hellboy Mignola universe. He's just very thoughtful. He's very, caring, but he's tough. He has a lot of questions about, who he is, where he came from, where is he going. And I don't know. I just, you look at him and he's like this fish person, and I know it's going to sound weird, but he seems like the most human character in this whole world that he's inhabiting. And that's what I really love about him, man. And I think that that's like a sign of good writing. Someone that can kind of look like a beast and be kind of gross, but, you lose that. And, well, I just give credit to Mike Mignola, the creator, and Scott Alley, who's the writer on this book. So I'm really digging Abe Sapien. I'm probably going to start attacking the back issues. I started collecting at issue number 18. So I'm probably going to start attacking those. Now, Amigo Comics. This is written by El Torres, and this is as independent gets. Roman Ritual number 2. Now, I waited. Roman Ritual number 1 came out 3 months ago or something. I didn't realize that with some of these independent comics, there it is, Amigo, that you literally got to wait that long between issues. I was like, what is going on? I was I kept going to the comic book store every week looking for this, and then I went online and found out that it came out today. They didn't have it. They still had one issue left of Roman Ritual number 1. I asked the shop owner at Earthworld if he had it, and he went and he looked for it because they get their shipments in on Wednesday. All the books weren't out yet, and he had it. I'm so happy. I can't wait to read this. It's a possession story, and the Pope. This guy looks like John Paul, right? The Pope gets possessed by a demon. And the priest, it's a self-exile priest because he's lost faith, named John Brennan, is called into this exorcism to try to save the Pope. Now, it's not the most original story, right? If you've ever seen The Exorcist, which is the scariest horror movie ever, I don't care what anyone says, that's basically a big premise of that film, was the priest in that film, Father Karras, lost his faith and was losing his faith in the church. And he had all these challenges going into an exorcism to exorcise, a young girl who was possessed by a demon. You got to check that movie out if you haven't seen it. So I want to see the twist here. Guy loses his faith. Here's an awesome possessed nun. Oh, I love El Torre's art. There's the cross going on there. I think El Torres is the writer. I'm sorry. Jaime Martinez is the artist. Lots of just foul-looking stuff. There's the Pope at the Vatican. He's all bagged up. He's possessed. I mean, even the breaking of the bread in one of their ceremonies is all infested with maggots and flies. I mean, I just can't wait. I just think this is going to be like real shock value stuff, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I'm so happy I was able to snatch this issue. So I know a lot of you guys out there like the demonic possession stuff. A couple of you guys, J-Rocks and DNA Comics, recommended me Outcast. So maybe you guys want to give this a twirl and check this out. Roman Ritual, right? Amigo Comics, $4. All right, Hexed number 7. This you have Lady Cymbalta and Lucifer trying to track down Val, who's on, I love this cover, Val, who is on the shorter woman there. They're trying to track down her artifacts because he who has these magic artifacts is really going to control things. And this entity here, oh, it's all backwards, the harlot, the tall witch-looking character, I guess in this issue it is revealed more what her intentions are. She's like this strange ruler of the ether, which is like this spirit world. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. Again, this is like another super dialogue-heavy issue. I don't know, I seem to pick all these like Catwoman dialogue-heavy issues for some reason. I'm a little disappointed that the colors in this have been really kind of toned down. The first couple issues of this series, it was all this great like purple and pinkish kind of colors. It was really spectacular. But then again, we still get, demons summoned, battling. And basically it's a race for those magic enchanted artifacts. So I'm really enjoying Hexed. It's going to stay in my permanent pull. I'm really enjoying it. The Keeper Sleep, if you remember that, Catwoman, it's still in limbo. I haven't read it yet. I still haven't read Catwoman yet. Not good, right? It's been like over 2 weeks since I got it. Alright, another series is ending from Boom. This is issue 6 of 6, The Wild's End. That lamppost-looking thing is actually an alien creature. Think War of the Worlds. This is the last issue. Anthropomorphic animals. This also had great coloring in it. I really enjoyed this series. Basically, these alien lamppost-like creatures descend upon this sleepy town in the hills of England during World War II. And these people got to rise up to the challenge and do whatever they have to do to defeat these aliens. There it looks like one of those aliens is going into some sort of hail bayer or something. Baler. And it's just really kind of like, can a person, an ordinary person, like rise up to extraordinary circumstances. And it had great dialogue, and it was just, you know, kind of people learning to depend upon one another, learning to trust other people, learning to have faith in humanity, not maybe look at humanity through the lens of suspicion or, you know, everybody's out to get me, but really, you know, have faith that, you know, you could come together and work together. And I really liked it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this ends. I'm kind of sad that it's over. Very, like, understated title, I thought. I haven't seen anybody else talking about it in their hauls. I think I'm, like, the only dude getting it, it feels like. But, you know, if you get a chance, I don't know. It seems like this is probably a title that might be destined, you know, for the quarter box one day. You know, those, when you go trolling in those quarter boxes. You know, this might be something that shows up there. But Wild's End. It's over. Sayonara, baby. And finally, from Image Comics, Ghosted, number 17. Joshua Williamson, Nailbiter, Birthright, RoboCop, Predator of Fire and Stone. I'll be honest, I don't really know too much about this. I started buying this, I think, last issue or 2 issues ago, and I still haven't really kind of understood what is going on. Basically, the tagline in this is, and I'm totally cheating here, in a newly created ghost town, a portal to the afterlife has emerged, setting the stage for the greatest heist of Jackson's career. Looks like they got new artists on here. I really enjoyed the last issue. It was like some big deranged wedding between these two families, and it ensued into chaos and blood and guts, and I really enjoyed it. But to be honest, I think I'm going to have to like buy a couple of the trades and just start from the beginning and kind of get my bearings on this series and understand what's going on. So really, to be honest, I'm strictly buying this on the name of Williamson alone. I've been reading Birthright. I started reading Nailbiter and the trades. I'm sure that that second trade has got to be coming out soon, which I plan on buying. And I enjoyed, you know, Williamson and his work on Predator. So I don't really know too much, to be honest. I didn't do my homework on this. I apologize, but I'm just being honest. But it looks good, and I'm hoping to get my bearings soon on this. And then, you know, we'll talk about it more. You know, I'm not perfect, all right? I'm not perfect. There we go. Ghosted, all right? If anybody knows anything about that series, let me know. All right, cover of the week. I didn't forget this week. Ooh, this is tough, man. There are some good covers this week. It seems to be getting tougher and tougher every week. I really like the Harley Quinn. Even that Spider-Woman cover looks nice, doesn't it? And Spider-Man number 7. I'm going to go indie style. I'm a nasty Pope. I'm a nasty Pope. There you go. Look into his eyes, people. Look into the evil eyes of the demonically possessed Pope. That's my demon face. All right. I think I freaked enough people out this episode. All right, guys. Try to name my haul. Name my haul. If we don't get a name, off to the hat. Okay? So then we'll do next week's comic haul. You give me your name. Just comment. Yes, I want to be drawn in. Draw me in. Draw me in. And we'll go to that. And then I'll put a special episode out where I'll do the drawing. All right, guys. Have a good week, all right? Peace.